Well, hello, this is Sammy Hegab, and I'm going to be presenting the building up of Umicom Framework. I'm going to show you step by step how I constructed Umicom Framework. We're not going to go very deep into things like Hibernate or anything like that. We're just going to show you the absolute foundation of setting up the project in Eclipse, in Spring Tool Suite, and also we're going to be using Spring Boot. After that, the next step, right at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview and a tour of my to-do list. Now I'm using Trello, so I'm going to show you how I've organized my project in Trello and how I set future developments or any ideas that I might have for the project, how I put it on the list and how I work through that list. Now I'm going to make a few assumptions here. I'm going to assume that you've got Eclipse on your computer, or at least you downloaded it, and this is what it looks like when you unzip Eclipse. This is the sort of thing you have. I've already installed it on my computer and I've got it on the toolbar, so I'm just going to click on it just here and it's going to get started. Right, so I've selected a location where I'm going to start the project, and I've called it Umicom Framework Workspace, and I'm placing it in the desktop. So I just say use this as the default because this is all we're going to be working on. Okay, so now Eclipse is open. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to close that welcome window. I need a few things, so I'm just going to see if I've got it installed or not, and if not, then I'll just show you how you can install it. So I'm just going to go to the Eclipse Marketplace. Click on that first. Now the first thing that I'm looking for is something called Spring. Let's see Spring. Let's see what comes up when we type Spring. Okay, so now what I'm looking for is STS, but I've got Luna version, so let me find the Luna version. This is what I've got. Right, so I need to install that. Okay, now Eclipse is reloaded. You can see the new welcome page looks something like this. Now what I need to do is I'm going to start a new project, and this project we're going to call it a Spring Startup project. So let's look for that first. Okay, once you click on a Spring Starter project, it's very similar to starting any sort of Java project. So we can just give it a name. In this case, I'm going to call it Umicom Framework. Okay, I'm going to select the dependency management. I've got the option between Maven project and Gradle project. I'm going to stick to Maven for now because a lot of people are familiar with Maven. I've got Java version 8, so I can select that here. The boot version, let's try 1.2. The kind of packaging I'm going to be using, I'm going to use a WAR file. The language, of course, we're going to stick to Java. We're not going to go Groovy. And now the group, let's call it Umicom Artifact. Call it Umicom. Description, I'm going to say Umicom Framework. Package name, that's quite a lot to fill in. I'm going to call it Umicom again. So that's all okay. Now what I'm going to use here, let's select a few things I'm going to be needing. Stick to integration, aspect oriented programming, JDBC, JPA, Java persistent API. I'm not going to use MongoDB, or shall I use web? Definitely. Right, so I could select a number of different Spring projects that I can sort of include as part of the bundle, and as you can see, it's going to build it into it. The bundle that I've created this. I could have gone to that site directly and just downloaded that zip, and then I click finish.